All right, let's just dive right into this. Welcome, rookie and veteran investigators alike, to this explainer. Look, if you're constantly finding yourself on the wrong end of a ghost hunt, staring at that brutal game over screen way more often than you'd like, you're in the exact right place. Today, we're going to level up your gameplay by counting down the top 10 survival strategies you absolutely need to master.
It can't get all of us. Man, we've all been there, right? You're standing outside some creepy, dark farmhouse and someone on the team just sprints through the front door yelling that optimistic battle cry. Well, as history and a whole lot of lost equipment will tell you, the ghosts actually love that kind of optimism. Because surviving these contracts, it takes real, methodical strategy, not just luck. So think of this explainer as your ultimate mission briefing. We're counting down from 10 to 1 across 4 key phases: surviving the early game, managing tools and sanity, awareness and efficiency, and finally, the number 1 rule.
All right, phase 1, surviving the early game. Let's get right into it. Kicking off our countdown at number 10, we got to talk about what to do when those lights start flickering. The absolutely crucial thing to remember here is that active equipment is basically a homing beacon for ghost aggro during a hunt. So the second a ghost starts hunting, anything electronic in your hands is literally giving away your exact location. You've got to snap off those flashlights, shut down the EMF readers, turn off the spirit boxes. Heck, if you have to, just chuck the active electronics on the ground. Then stay totally quiet and hide. It's such a tragic story, you know? So many players actually survive the initial ghost spawn, only to get instantly eliminated just because they forgot to click off a flashlight. Coming in at number 9, prioritize the fuse box early. Finding and flipping that breaker needs to be one of your team's very first objectives. Why? Because it's a massive game changer. It slows down your sanity drain, obviously gives you way better visibility, and lets you investigate much faster. Plus, getting the power on warms up the house, which makes finding the actual ghost room with your thermometer a whole lot easier later on. Now for tip number 8. We actually need to unlearn a bad habit here. Look, evidence isn't everything. Sometimes the ghost is just stubborn. It flat out refuses to write in the book or talk on the box. In those moments, knowing how to read unique ghost tells can completely solve the case for you. It's actually wild how specific these unique behaviors are, so definitely memorize them. Take revenants, for example. They get this massive, terrifying speed boost the second they lock eyes on a player. Mylings, on the other hand, produce incredibly quiet footsteps, making them super stealthy. Anis are going to be unusually active when you're moving around in a group. And phantoms, they literally disappear the second you snap a photo of them. Spotting these unique tells can instantly identify your ghost. No hard evidence required. Moving on to phase 2, managing tools and sanity. Let's talk inventory. Tip number 7 is a simple rule but a total lifesaver. Do not carry every tool forever. You've only got limited inventory slots, and permanently clogging them up is a huge mistake.
You always have a choice between holding an item or placing it. Holding it takes up vital space and kind of limits your options if things go south. But placing items, that's the pro move. Setting up video cameras, dots projectors, and crucifixes lets you monitor the hot zone remotely from the safety of the truck. Plus, once they're placed down, your hands are completely freed up to carry more useful loot inside. Hitting number 6, let's talk smudge sticks. I see so many players treat these strictly as a last resort panic button. But they aren't just for emergencies. Sure, they're amazing for escaping a hunt, but they can actually temporarily prevent certain ghosts from attacking altogether. They're also fantastic for testing specific ghost behaviors. Using a smudge stick at the exact right moment doesn't just save your life, it can genuinely save the whole investigation.
For tip number 5, we're heading back to the truck. You have got to constantly monitor your team's sanity meter. Honestly, your sanity literally dictates how dangerous the investigation is about to become.
As a general rule of thumb, a low average sanity drastically increases your chances of getting hunted. You really need to check that monitor regularly. Because as that average sanity bar drops from high into the danger zones, the risk of an early hunter wiping you out completely skyrockets. Some ghosts are even wired to hunt way earlier based on this exact metric. So pop those sanity pills strategically to buy your team some valuable time. Managing sanity is often way more important than just rushing in blindly for evidence. Entering phase 3, awareness and efficiency. Let's speed things up. Number 4 teaches us a pretty harsh truth about this game. Panic is a terrible navigation system. The absolute best investigators out there know exactly where they're going to hide way before the first hunt even triggers. So always walk through a mental escape plan the literal second you spawn into a map.
Step 1, identify the nearest closets and lockers. Step 2, scan the rooms for large furniture that you can use to break line of sight. And Step 3, memorize those escape routes. If a ghost spawns right in the hallway, you need to already know if you're dodging left into a locker or bailing right into a bedroom. Planning ahead completely neutralizes the panic.
Coming in at number 3, we're focusing on our senses. Rely on your audio cues. Your ears are honestly one of your best tools in this game. You want to pay close attention to footsteps, door touches, stuff being thrown around, and any weird vocalizations. Seriously, a decent pair of headphones tracking a really subtle door touch across the house will often give you way more immediate useful intel than the most expensive electronic gear sitting in the truck.
Tip number 2 is all about efficiency. Please, do not waste your time slowly searching every single room with all your heavy gear. Do a quick sweep first. Grab a thermometer or an EMF reader and just walk around listening for interactions to narrow down the ghost room quickly. Once you've locked down the specific area, that's when you bring in the heavy, specialized tools like the spirit box and ghost writing book. The faster you pinpoint the ghost room, the more sanity your team keeps for the actual testing phase. And finally, phase 4, the number 1 rule, the ultimate strategy. Taking the number 1 spot on our survival countdown is arguably the most vital game mechanic of them all. And hey, it costs absolutely 0 in-game currency. Communication. Nothing, and I mean literally nothing, is going to improve your survival rate more than solid teamwork. Good communication means calling out evidence out loud immediately so everyone can update their journals. It means dynamically reporting where the ghost is during a hunt so your team actually knows where the danger is. It's sharing your sanity levels and coordinating who's bringing what equipment so you aren't doing the same tasks twice. Even veteran players are going to struggle if they don't talk to each other. But a coordinated team, they can identify even the trickiest ghosts with remarkable consistency. So there you have it, the top 10 strategies to keep you alive in the dark. Now that you've got this ultimate survival explainer fully loaded into your mental inventory, I gotta ask, with these tactics in your back pocket, how is your approach going to change the next time that front door clicks locked behind you? Are you ready for your next contract?